If you're a giver, if you're somebody who naturally gives a lot, gives your time, gives your energy, gives your patience, gives your love, the idea that you could focus on self-love might seem selfish to you, or just strange or unnecessary. But actually, when we take some time to focus on ourselves, to do inner work, to love ourselves, to learn to love ourselves exactly as we are, it actually makes us much more receptive to other people, much more able to understand other people, less attached, which might not sound like a good thing, but it enables us to let other people do their own thing, even when it doesn't align with our values. When you focus on self-love, when you look after yourself, when you learn to look after your health, your fitness, your emotional health, your mental health, all these things are going to benefit both yourself and the people around you and the wider environment. Because when we have a handle on our emotions, when we have a handle on our attachments, when we have a handle on who we are, what's important to us, what isn't important to us, it enables us to be more selfless. So although that might sound like a contradiction, focusing on self-love enables us to be more selfless. There can be, when we give, there can be an expectation that we receive something in return. So although the giving might appear selfless, or we might believe it's selfless, it's good to examine that and to ask whether that is actually the case, or whether there is an expectation that when we give that we're going to receive something back. Do we give as a kind of way to get somebody to do what we want, a kind of manipulation, if you like? Or do we give completely selflessly from our heart without any expectation of receiving? Obviously, if we just give and give and give and give and never receive anything back, that's exhausting. And if you find yourself in that situation, you might question who your contacts are and wonder if you have healthy relationships. But equally, if you're giving because you want to receive something, that's also not very healthy, and that's also something which is worth examining and thinking about and reviewing. I think self-love starts with getting some alone time, of having some time by ourselves to be alone with our thoughts, with our feelings, with our dreams, with our aspirations, and just remember what it is to be ourself, rather than being the person that everybody wants us to be or thinks we are. When we're around other people, they have their ideas of who we are, which they project onto us, and it can make us behave in certain ways which maybe aren't the ways that we would like to be. But when we're completely by ourselves, we can choose what we do, how we spend our time, what we think about. There's no outside influence telling us what to do and trying to persuade us of who we are. And it can be subtle. It's not necessarily somebody telling you or physically making you do something. It's just there are kind of energies involved here where if you're a daughter, for example, you take on that role of being a daughter. If you're a parent, you take on that role of being a parent. If you're a friend, you take on the role of being a friend. But when you're by yourself, you can drop all these roles. You don't have to be anything to anybody. So ideally, if you can get some time by yourself, no mobile phone, no distractions, no social media, no television, and just be. It's the beginning of working out who you are. If this resonates with you, I'm very interested in returning to our true nature and ways that we can go about that and things that we can do to promote that. I'd really be interested to hear your comments, and please remember to like and subscribe.